Morning! How we doing today? Good to see you. It's Mando Day, baby! You know, some people were saying... change the view. Change the view. Change it! Now look, some people were saying... Mando comes out tomorrow. Only if you're weak. I'm pulling into the garage. I'll see you in a second. Man, this thing is acting a little strange, you know, I gotta tell you. Hey, will you guys take a look at this thing? Yeah, it's acting really weird. I think Al and Lavis have been riding it too hard. Anyway, meet me in the studio. You know what else I just realized too? You guys were probably just hearing that at a super loud volume, yes? Whoops. Sorry. Sorry about that. Anyway. How's everybody doing? How you guys doing? Friggin' Mando Day. Like, look, this is what I was saying. Look, of course, Mando actually comes out tomorrow. But again, that's if you're weak. Because, of course, we're going to be watching tonight. And I guess this is a good time. We could do show notes right now. Pause that music, chat. How's the audio now? Does it sound okay? Is it a little too crazy? Is it good? You let me know. Show notes tonight after dark will of course be happening 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Al and Lavis are going to take you guys on a little trip, go through some of the news that's been going on. I'm sure that Al has some thoughts about the George Lucas Star Wars stuff with Darth Maul, etc., etc. So that's going to be really cool. Make sure you are there for that. Nerdvenger members, tonight, 3 a.m. if you're a crazy person like me. Wake up. Check it out. Watch Mandalorian with us together at 3 a.m. And then, of course, at like 4:10, 4:20 a.m. in the morning, Al and myself will be going live to break down the third episode of The Mandalorian Season 2. I also want to remind everybody that this Sunday we are doing a Nerdvengers watch party. If you are a member, stay tuned at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be going through the best episodes of the Clone Wars, and we're going to be going through the best episodes of Star Wars Rebels. I'm going to show you guys like my favorite episodes, the ones that I think are the most important, and then we're going to sort of talk about them, break down some cool things about the episodes as well. It should be really cool, so stay tuned for that Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Of course, as always, Nerdvenger members, Saturday we will be doing our Nerdvenger stream at noon, but there probably won't be a morning stream tomorrow. I don't know if you guys have been noticing. There's usually not morning streams on Fridays now because we go at 4 a.m. to talk about the show and it's spoilers. Now, part of that is like, obviously I'm just like really tired in the morning, but also part of it is, and I'm interested in what you guys think about this. I would find it very difficult to get on stream with you on Friday and not talk about Mandalorian. Like, how am I supposed to not do spoilers? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. For me, it's just tough. Like, it doesn't feel like that's actually going to be doable. So, that will, for now, be the plan, where on Fridays, instead of having a morning stream, you can, once you've watched Mandalorian, watch the review and breakdown reaction that Al Schuler and myself do early in the morning. So, that's pretty dope stuff. I think I got everything out of the way. And, of course, yes, ladies and gentlemen, there's some crazy Moff Gideon stuff to get into. I'm going to speculate all over this story. Should be really, really cool. So give me just a second as I set it up. And you know what? Let's get a little thing going on with the chat here. Let me ask you guys this. How many episodes of the remaining 6 episodes of The Mandalorian, how many of those 6 episodes do you think Moff Gideon will show up in? How many of the 6 remaining episodes will Giancarlo Esposito as Moff Gideon pop up in? Start throwing that into the chat as I set it up. Set up this thing we're going to look at here. Wow. Darth Nihilus, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You're a Nerd Venger now. Holy cow, look at that chat going. You guys are going crazy. And give me just a second here, ladies and gentlemen. And I will definitely address where we are all at with it. I saw like a lot of 3s initially. I want to get in there and see. I think that would be fair, but also like, oh man, hope it's more than that. Anyway, make sure we got the right window capture here. Oh, and I should say spoilers for The Mandalorian. But I don't consider them to be very big or crazy impactful spoilers. However, technically we are going to talk about some things that have been leaked, and we're going to get into some speculation about those things. So maybe you'll want to get on out of here. I really don't think it's that big of a deal, though. Just letting you know. Okay, let's see here. Oh, did I miss another member? No, that's him. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's see here. I just want to see what the consensus is. 2, 5, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2 or 3, 4. 2 looks like a lot of that. A lot of 3s. 2s. A lot of 3s. A lot of 3s. Looks like 3 or less really seems to be the winner. Very few of you believe it'll be more than 3. I didn't see a single 6 in there. I saw like a couple of 5s spread throughout. Okay, so Mental Kangaroo believes 5 out of 6. So, okay, that's about where I'm at it with it as well. And I asked that just because I'm kind of interested as well. Why or how many of these episodes will we get him in? What's going to be the deal with that? Because, I mean, frankly, the character's awesome. You know, we only really get him in 2 episodes. And really, it's only 1 episode at the end of season 1. But the character's awesome, man. And we're really excited. And Giancarlo, I believe it's Giancarlo. I've been pronouncing it Giancarlo. But look, you can almost set your clock or set your pronunciations by what I say. Just do the opposite. If there's a way you can pronounce something the exact opposite way that I do, it's probably the correct way to do it. Just letting everyone know. But Giancarlo has been teasing a lot of Moff Gideon. A lot of Moff Gideon. Fatal J says, thought it was Giancarlo. Yo, first of all, what up, Fatal J? Second of all, yeah, man, me too, but shows what we know, I guess, huh? Okay, so let's get into this. This is the new leak, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is coming from Topps. Topps does a bunch of trading cards. They have a licensing agreement with Star Wars. They often do things that's officially licensed for different shows, movies, things like that. Now, if you're really deep and sweaty on it like I am, you will know that we've already seen a couple of things from these Topps cards. One being this kind of crazy armor that we think we'll see. It's like this helmet of like a tank operator. It seems really, really cool. And that will be for the show. Now, this right here, this right here appears to be the Aquentis class Commander Cruiser. And this is officially licensed for The Mandalorian Season 2. Now, we've been asking for some time now. I've been thinking about, we've been speculating about, what kind of a presence does Moff Gideon have, really? How much Imperial forces does he have, really? And we don't really know. We do know that he had at least enough forces to occupy Navarro. Now, what's interesting about that is, don't we hear Cara Dune say something about how hard it is to drop into Navarro, and just that it was like it's a very fortified position? You know what I mean? And isn't there a ton of Mandalorians, or at least there were a ton of Mandalorians living in a covert, not a coven? Holy shit, people got mad at me for saying coven yesterday in the video instead of covert. Anyway, let's just continue on this train of thought. Were there not at least a dozen, maybe more, Mandalorians on Navarro? Was there not also a big representation of bounty hunters and members of the guild that at least had some kind of interaction on Navarro? My point is, for Gideon to be able to come through and just set it up like an occupied state, dude, he's got to have a lot of manpower. Like a lot of manpower. We've also speculated quite a bit about what his connection could be to the Emperor, what his connection could be to the Empire, and the possible contingent that Palpatine had for his own resurrection. Right, tying into the sequels, things like that. There's a lot of ways they could go with this. This cruiser, the last time we saw it was actually, I believe, in Star Wars Rebels. And it is a massive, massive cruiser. It's huge. In fact, here's what we should do. Let's see what Wikipedia has to say. Let's just follow me with this just a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just geek out a little bit about this, you know? Like, is this just one image from a Topps card that doesn't necessarily mean what we think it is, but now we want to go on a complete nerdy deep dive and spend 40 minutes on Hugh Jackman's Instagram? Absolutely. See. The ship is known as the Imperial Light Cruiser. It was a multi-purpose light cruiser used by the Imperial Navy, in which it filled roles dispatched parole vessels, communication ship to capital ship support. It was a reworking of... Yeah. Let's see here. 3 tie lines, 2 tie line bombers, 1 Sentinel-class landing craft, bunch of shuttles, 750 officers, enlisted crew and pilots, and 100 passengers. That's pretty crazy. So you could have like 1,000 people in this thing, maybe more. That's pretty wild. So first question is, and I want to just see where you guys are at with this. Do you think this is the extent of Gideon's power? Or do you think this is a sample or a sign of Gideon's power? And I do see some super chats. I will get to those in just a second. And also, yeah, that's pretty good. I'll get to that super chat in just a second. Do you think it is the extent of his power or merely a sample? That's it, man, says Mike. Just the tip, says Adam. Oh, that's awesome. Either way, it's flipping badass. Indeed it is, sir. Indeed it is, Josh I. I'm quite curious myself. A Moff is a very high-ranking official in the Empire. Okay? Keston, welcome to the Nerdvengers. You're a Nerdvenger now. Welcome, man. Hope to see you tonight for the Mando watch party. Okay. Moffs are very, very high-ranking officials. He could have more than this ship. Yeah. He could even have multiple Star Destroyers and this cruiser. I mean, I think this is really what, well, yeah, Bum says a fleet. Well, it's possible, but here's the thing, right? Here's the question is, we see, and this is why this show is so good. And by the way, let me just take a second. Let's take 1 second. And I just want to pause and say, is this not so much nicer and so much better than the environment that we had going into The Rise of Skywalker and coming out of The Rise of Skywalker? I just want to point that out because I've been covering Star Wars for like at least 3 years now. And this is one of the most enjoyable time periods in Star Wars. It feels like we've gotten over the sequel stuff. Yes, we have disagreements about it. It's not the end of the world, etc., etc. Now we're moving into some stuff that we really, really all genuinely like. This is an exciting new direction, and I think fans are, Star Wars Santa says it's a great time to be a Star Wars fan. I completely agree, and I'm grateful for it. So, let's keep nerding out. It's like, could he have a fleet? Yes. And this is why the show is so cool. It's set up already. We see Trapper Wolf and whomever the other pilot was. They're already going in the core looking for the Empire. The Empire's there. There obviously are Imperial remnants. And of course, what this reminds me of, what is so crazy, is we just got word, right, from Paul Duncan in the Star Wars Archive book, that George's original plan for essentially right after the Empire was falling was that there would be these Imperial cells, and they would be in bed with the gangsters, and there would be like gangsters and corruption in Imperial cells out there in the rim, you know what I mean, in the outer rim, in the mid rim, you know, etc. So it's just so cool that like it feels like we're being perfectly set up for that kind of an experience. The question is, how big of a presence could Gideon have without the Republic knowing about it? And will this turn into a full-fledged combat with the New Republic actually facing down against this big Imperial? Because remember, the Battle of Jakku, and we gotta figure this out. We gotta try to date this. But in during the Battle of Jakku, a lot of the Imperial remnant comes together. They were unified by Gallius Rax and also Ray Sloan, who sort of unify a lot of members of the Imperial remnant, and many of those people get shot down and destroyed in the Battle of Jakku. That's like one of the last times that that was sort of it for the Empire. It was like their afterglow, and it gets squashed at the Battle of Jakku. And after the Battle of Jakku, the contingent and the contingency, they soar out into the unknown regions. So this would be, I believe, your Ray Sloan, or does she get killed? Whoever it is. They go out there, and this is where Hux is. This is where all those cats come from. Right? Interesting. The crews have and by the way, Freeman, thank you so much for the support, brother. Appreciate you. Says the crews have 750 officers, troops, and pilots. If he is ISD, he's holding it back because it would attract too much attention. Certainly possible. Certainly possible, man. Certainly possible. And again, thank you for the support. I think there's a couple of different ways or a couple different places in the galaxy that Gideon could be held up. First of all, and I do think this is a totally fair point, someone brought up already, like the Sith fleet. Okay? I mean, what if Gideon knows about the Sith fleet? What if the Sith fleet is being built this whole time? And we sort of see that teased. And Gideon is consolidating his power within the known galaxy to sort of throw them off or something like that, right? So there's two places that I could see the story going to where if Gideon was to draw up new lines and really fortify a planet or a position in the galaxy, it could be either Kamino or Mandalore. Both of them, I think, it's kind of obvious when you really think about it, like where this could be going. But, of course, Kamino, not in the Republic archives, right? A planet that doesn't exist according to the Republic. But Sidious knew. The Emperor knew, right? Boba also knew, right? So it's kind of interesting. Maybe Gideon has a lot of his forces and his power consolidated on Kamino. Could explain Dr. Pershing's patch, some of this stuff going on there. It's also possible he has power and he has consolidated power on Mandalore. Now, I don't know for 100% on this, but I believe Mandalore, at least in Legends, was uniquely positioned in the galaxy to give it strategic advantage. It was a good planet to hold, which is why, like, in the Vong War, it was a big deal when Mandalore resisted the Vong. You know what I mean? It really did help the rest of the galaxy out. We know the Great Purge happened. We know Mandalorians are pretty much scattered to the wind. It would kind of make sense if he's held up on Mandalore and all of a sudden we see this plot develop where Din, Sabine, Bo-Katan, all the Mandalorians, Boba, they all get together and they're like, yo, screw this guy, man. We're going to go get him. We're going to go get our planet back. You know what I mean? So that would be really cool. But I do agree that it's probably 3 episodes or fewer. I really feel like, okay, this is the way I see it going down. Follow me on this. And I see some questions and stuff. Guys, we usually do Q&A and stuff at the end of the streams. So like towards 11, give me like 10, 15 more minutes or whatever, and then we'll do more Q&A, okay? So for now, we're just pontificating on some cool stuff here. So if Gideon does have this kind of power, okay, and it is properly like solidified, could we see a scenario in which we only get some of that established in this season, and then the main plot of season 3 and 4 is kind of more about Din and the Mandalorians and the New Republic shutting down Moff Gideon? You know what I mean? Also, of course, he's going to train up the child, and he wants to get the child back to its people, and I think that'll happen. But could we see a scenario play out in which that's really the crux of the show for the next 2 seasons? And how would you guys feel about that? Oh, and by the way, if we don't get way more likes on this video, I'm going to end the stream, and we are not doing Q&A today. No Q&A for you! It takes 2 seconds. Move your finger. Move it down a little bit. Move it to the right a little bit. And we're going to do this. That's all you got to do is just a little bit. Then you just do like some and just tap it like that. And then you're good. There you go. So could you see the show doing that? Like, could you see the show basically being I mean, that's crazy. Like because the thing that I would love about that again is that, man, like what if we get to that, like where it's literally we're fighting the Empire again, right? But it's Imperial Remnant. So like some people might be like, oh, I don't want to do the Empire, the same old thing again, Empire. To me, this is like totally different and fascinating because it's like a different dude, it's a different take, it's a different time, and it's clearly a remnant, right? And we know this guy. I mean, he literally killed Herzog. Like he's like ruthless. You know what I mean? Like this is a ruthless guy. So yeah, this is it. Just a little image, just a little tease, and a lot of possibilities. A lot of possibilities just based on this one little tease here. Pretty crazy. Let's go through some of the other things going on in the nerdy world, guys. We'll go just kind of peruse Reddit and talk about what we think is going on. And then we'll get into Q&A. I know everybody's got a lot of questions. Everybody's really excited for Mando tonight. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Actually, let's see what people are saying in the chat. Normally people on Reddit are ridiculous, but let's see here. Perhaps this is his command ship. Would love to see it in live action. Yeah. Is significantly smaller. Huh. But it seems yeah. So a lot of people are saying Moff would have a Star Destroyer. I agree with that. I totally agree with that. I'm really leaning in that this is just a sign of his power, not the full extent of it. You know what I mean? See here, we got some. Oh, this was kind of cool. We shared this on Twitter, but I shared it a little bit too early. But so you can't. Okay, so this is very interesting, yo. Production Weekly. People pay like literally like $400 a month or whatever to like get it. This is where some of these people are getting some of their info. You know what I mean? But anyway, according to Production Weekly, it is really looking like that Boba Fett show. That shit's going. They're streamlining this Boba Fett show, which again really interests me and fascinates me. It's like, how could you do? Like, how are you gonna do Boba Fett before Mando 3 or so close to Mando 3? Like, no joke, ladies and gentlemen. We will likely see the Boba Fett show before Obi-Wan. And if we don't, I don't know. It's just crazy. Like, this is crazy. Boba show, baby. Insanity. Some cool concept art. People talking about the High Republic. Yeah. Okay. I don't really think there's too much more going on. Okay, this is that other Topps card that I was talking to you guys about. So this helmet. And by the way, this has been confirmed. There was another confirmation of this showing up in the show. But, yeah, this kind of helmet looks pretty dope to me. Looks pretty cool. Leslie Headland thing was cool. A lot of people excited for her show. That's cool. Let's shift into Marvel. Let's talk a little bit about Marvel real quick, and then we'll talk a little bit of DC as well. So, the main story right now with Marvel, ladies and gentlemen, is that they're filming everything. Like, everything. Like, they're what... Is Marvel filming any movies that, like, yeah, they're filming a lot. And they're filming so much that people are arguing about if they're actually filming and what it actually means that they're filming, etc., etc. It's kind of hilarious. Doesn't really mean much to us other than the fact that, like, Marvel has, I think finally they've ironed some things out. Mostly the Sony deal, which again, and this might be something we talk about in a second here. There were some advertisements for Disney Plus that included Sony movies, the Spider-Man movies on them. And it really does look like those Spider-Man movies will be coming to Disney Plus, and it really does look like that's part of the leverage that Marvel was able to use to strike a deal with Sony, okay? Very interesting stuff. So here's something interesting. Apparently, the Moon Knight show will be about 6 episodes. That seems to be confirmed, which is kind of cool. Also, this is kind of cool. Lexi Rabe, the person that played Morgan Stark, the little girl, she's in Atlanta right now filming. Yeah, she's in Atlanta right now. So some people are like, oh, okay, she's probably... Oh, wow, you can't really see that, huh? So some people are like, she's clearly filming something for Doctor Strange, for Spider-Man, for any number of these crazy movies that are being filmed right now. But yeah, little Morgan Stark. Probably going to see her again. Let's keep going. Yeah, here. Yeah. So again, oh, and by the way, just so everybody knows, because I like to kind of just keep things 100% transparent. This guy, Christopher, this guy's got some connections for sure. This guy's definitely got some connections. Just with some of the things that I've heard him talking about. Definitely. Whoa. Look at this. That is fantastic. Holy cow. Can you guys see this? That is hella cool. Fan of the Gungans myself. But yeah, this guy seems to know what's going on. He's talking about the Nick Fury project. There's a lot of buzz about the Nick Fury project, whatever that is. Let's see here. See if we got anything else crazy. Yeah, there's an earnings call today, guys. I'm not going to be touching much of this. It's just basically like, I'll just TLDR it for you. Yeah, we had a really shitty year, but there's some things that are good. Like Disney Plus. Basically like, man, 2020, man. Ha ha ha. But Disney Plus, though. That's how that's going to go. Let's see here. Yeah, they're going to do a doc on WandaVision, which is pretty cool. Oh, people think there's going to be stuff announced on the call today. I don't really expect that. I expect the thing in December, next month. I expect more stuff next month to be announced, if anything. Here's something interesting. According to Daniel, Charlize Theron has passed on a Marvel role, likely Clea for Doctor Strange 2. Kind of wild. Casey Walsh, also a very reliable person, has teased this guy. What the frick is this guy's name again? Oh, the Power Broker. Don't know much about him, but very interesting. Got a cool look. Love a metal jaw. Anybody that's got like a rocks with like a metal jaw like that, like, you're all right in my book. Let's see what else we got here. Miss Marvel's filming. Doctor Doom stuff. Okay, I think we're good there. Now, let's talk a little bit of DC, and then we'll get into Q&A, okay? So the deal with DC, man, look, there's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on over there. I got to be honest with you. Like, I really don't. I'm hearing so much positive stuff about Snyder Cut and the future of the Snyder Cut, and then I'm also like, why are the trailers still down? Like, I don't get it. It probably is just that music thing. What probably happened is Warner Brothers cleared part of that license, but probably didn't pay the full license or something like that, and it's probably a big freaking deal. Like, the rights holders of that song are, I mean, and I don't mean the artist, I mean the company. They're probably sticking it to Warner Brothers super hard right now. This is pretty freaking wild. Martian Manhunter, we've talked about it a lot. Snyder Cut fans know what's what with this stuff. We've been talking about this for like a year. It feels like a year at this point. But yeah, Zach confirms it himself. Yeah, absolutely. Martian Manhunter, totally going to be a thing. Totally going to be in the movie. Pretty cool. Ooh, actually, let's see here. There's a really cool... Hopefully I can find... Oh, here we go. Dude, this is cool, dude. Check this out. Insider Daniel Richtman has shared on his Patreon page that he's heard from his sources that Leto's Joker will be much creepier and scarier in Justice League than he was in Suicide Squad. His portrayal is said to be to really contrast with how he was presented in the theatrical cut of David Ayer's Suicide Squad. I've heard reports from reliable scoopers that him, Harley, Amanda Waller, and Deathstroke will all appear in the nightmare future. Joker and Slade will work with Batman. Leto's finally going to get his redemption. Okay, now the reason that's so cool is because I've been telling people for a long time that Leto's Joker was going to be in the future sort of like the king of Gotham and strike a deal with Steppenwolf and be a part of the nightmare scenario future, right? He was going to strike a deal with Steppenwolf in the original script in David Ayer's Suicide Squad. And then the deal was going to be like after the anti-life equation and Darkseid took Earth, that Joker would be allowed to rule over Gotham. And so what I want to see, and this is oh man, this is some good nerdy shit. But if Joker has to like relent on his deal with Steppenwolf, understanding how bad it is, and like then working with Batman, but like selfishly just so that he can like preserve the world to continue to cause chaos to it or whatever, that's going to be fascinating. Like, Snyder Cut's about to be insane. And by the way, Zach has been talking about teasing the Justice League 2, what he will do next with that story. It's been reported, like we've talked about it, it's been reported for like months. They're obviously going to continue that story. We don't know exactly how, but they're going to continue that story. They'd be stupid not to. They're spending probably upwards of $100 million at this point on the Snyder Cut. It just makes sense that they would continue that IP. And so, man, like comic book fans, like nerds, like damn, guys, like we are, holy shit, guys. Like we're doing it, man. Like we've already won. Like the nerds have won. You know what I mean? It's crazy, huh? Let's get into Q&A, though. Let's see what you guys have to say about all of this stuff. And give me 1 second because I want to see something here. Can I... Let me try something here. Is that gonna fix it? Look at how stupid this thing is. Does it show the actual box of the chat for you guys as well? Like it's supposed to... Wasn't it working properly just a second ago? Like wasn't at the beginning of the stream this working the way I wanted it to? Like how fucking ridiculous is that? Like Streamlabs is literally like, you know, in the middle of the stream, I'm gonna fucking not work. Cool. Cool. Nice. Cool. Okay. Anyway. Let's do some Q&A. What do you guys want to talk about? What's on your mind? What do you believe the pivotal change will be after episode 5 of the Mando? The pivotal change? I think you mean like after episode 4. I think what you're referring to is what Grace had said about how the show will dramatically shift in tone and there'll be like a big change. So I think the show will shift to be more open and we'll get some episodes that are, well, you'll get the Filoni-verse episode and then you might even get a Boba episode. You might get a whole Moff Gideon episode or something like that. Oh shit, are we at war with Grace now? No, we're not at war with Grace. And let me explain something. She did block me, Allie, yeah. We talked about it yesterday on the stream. I did a little bit. It was funny. I thought it was funny. Some people got straight up offended. There were some people that came into the chat from yesterday's video and were like, that makeup joke, Josh? You made a makeup joke about Grace? Ugh. Oh my God. I can't believe you. Yeah. I did make a makeup joke about Grace. And actually, it was a really funny one, although I did kind of fuck it up. I'll repeat the joke for you all now. The joke was supposed to be like, she's so incredibly thin-skinned that I now understand the necessity for the incredible amount of makeup that she cakes on. Because if she didn't do that, we'd see right through her flesh to her blood, muscles, and bones. That is how thin-skinned Grace Randolph is. And the thing is, that's a good joke. That's a good joke. And I fucked it up yesterday a little bit. I like missed the thing or whatever. But it's true. It's a good joke. Let me explain something to you. If you have a problem with that joke, go fuck yourself. And it's about all I got on that. It's about all I got on that, really. Anyway. Josh, you have mentioned that Moff Gideon needs a big fleet to consolidate his power, the Rim, but the trilogy has shown that a small fleet can take on large. That's true. That's true. We'll see, man. We shall see. We're so curious, right? Like, we're extra curious. What's this guy got going on? What's going on over there? Oh my God, Vito. Vito, thank you for the love. Says, I will do something crazy if you want. Winky face. # Team Josh. No, I know. You guys are a little scary, to be honest with you. Sometimes, like y'all are ready to go. Like, you're like 0 to 100. You know what I mean? And you're like, your reaction was like, are we at war? I think is what you said. And don't worry, like, there will be battles, my friend. There will be battles. But this doesn't have to be one of them. Vito, you're crazy, but I'm here for it. Yo, he is a little crazy, but we love him. Nikki says, I got you, Josh. I'll square up for you. I know, right? Nikki was like trying to go to blows with Grace right away. I'm like, geez, man, everybody calm down. Holy cow. Too bad you can't drop that mic after your Grace joke. True. That would be stupid, right? We ride at dusk. Yeah. Sabine appearing tonight on the Water World. I believe so, yeah. I do believe so. Mm-hmm. How does Moff Gideon afford payroll? I mean, did you see how much Beskar he has? That's what the Great Purge probably was. That was what it was. He was probably like, well, we're going to need to consolidate some resources. How's that Mandalorian planet? Oh, they've got a lot of that Beskar? What if we, like, just fucking took it all? Yeah, maybe we should just take it all. Have you thought about taking it all? Yeah, it's an interesting strategy. So that's probably what happened. Why can't we get an actual Star Wars show about a Sith or a villain? All we get is the heroes. I actually tend to agree with that. I would love some Sith stuff, man. I will tell you this, though. Patience, my friend. Patience. Patience. I think it's coming. I think Darth Bane is on the way, baby. I think Darth Bane is coming. Gideon has to be a Mando, right? I think he's Mando. Yeah, I think he's old bloodline Mandalorian. I think he is from the line of Vizsla. That's what I think. Josh, if Sasha B is not playing Sabine, then who is playing Sabine? We haven't had any scoops about any other actress, and with Sabine, yes, I agree with you, Fur. I think she's playing Sabine. Yeah, I do. Could be someone that we don't know of, though. Could be Tia, right? Wouldn't that be crazy? You just see Tia pop up. Maddie says, I've been thinking Din got really mad about Cobb wearing the armor because he isn't a Mando. But if Jango Boba aren't real Mandos, why were they not called out? Was it because the Mandos were in hiding? Yeah, so this is a really complicated aspect of these characters and the rules and Mandalorian. I'll probably have to do like a whole big video on it. But essentially, like, the way I'm starting to believe this went down is that Jango, because we don't really know the full story in canon, but in the EU, Jango was Mandalorian. Like, he's brought in, like, the Fets are a house in Mando, but he's sort of like, he's adopted in, and he's with, basically, like, he and his people, I believe, were the Concord Dawn Mandos. Like, they were actually the more peaceful side of Mandalorian culture, where, like, it's basically the difference between, like, the Spartans and the Athenians in Greece, which that just went over everybody's head, but okay. But, like, Mandalorian culture has this sort of division, and Fett comes from a side of that division that was actually more progressive, believe it or not. It was like more progressive, didn't want to be as authoritarian and all that. He just happened to be a total badass as well. And Death Watch, who I think comes out of that same like line with the Vizslas and everything, like we're the pure Mandalorians, the true Mandalorians, like the Spartan Mandalorians. Those people killed Jango's father and considered him not to be real Mandalorian. So it's possible that like this whole idea of like Jango and Boba not being Mandalorian is actually not true. That comes from a side of the Mandalorians that would have told you a ton of different Mandalorians were not true Mandalorians, right? So we don't know for sure. But yeah. Who are we most likely to see in episode 3? Bo-Katan or Sabine? I gotta tell you, I think the evidence, like as far as if you look at what's in the trailer, right? If you look what's in the trailer, it's Sabine. I mean, we see Sasha Banks. There looks to be artifacting on the image of her in the trailer. I think her hair was being CGI'd out. I think we'll see her again with the hair. It'll be Sabine. And the only reason is because we've just seen her in the trailer, and we know some stuff from behind the scenes that sort of links up with that. But I also believe that this, if anything, this covert or coven, similar words, people, let it go. That place is ripe for a character like Bo-Katan to be at. It would make sense to me that she would be there. Covert! Hey, Josh, how many seasons do you think the Mando will get? I think it'll get 4 seasons, and that is based on Giancarlo Esposito's comments from an interview earlier this year where he said you'll learn a lot more about certain things in season 3 and 4 of The Mandalorian. Yeah. Yeah, pretty cute, huh? Yeah, pretty cute, huh? Now that Boba has appeared, thoughts on Rex still showing up? Will it confuse casual viewers? No, because he'll look different. He'll have a big burly beard. He'll be in armor, Clone Wars armor. I mean, no, it won't confuse fans, and it'll be dope, and it'll happen in Dave Filoni's episode. Sabine will lead Din to Ahsoka. It's very possible. It's very possible. I need more than 4, says Allie. Well, we're also getting the Filoni-verse, so there's going to be a ton of cool stuff to watch. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. Please read, Josh. My problem with Mando is we can all agree the show is good, but I don't think they portray Din as an ideal bounty hunter for people to say he is their favorite. My favorite is Bosk. Hey, that's totally fair, Adrian. Let me explain something to you, though. Being at a place as a fandom where the potential hang-up that you have and the issue you want to bring up into the chat is that he's not like a good bounty hunter, or he's not portraying like the bounty hunter code or something, whatever your thing is, bro, that's so much better than being like, they ruined the Skywalker saga. You understand? We're having different kinds of conversations now. This is a much better place to be in. So I'm not even going to fight you on that because I don't even necessarily know what you're talking about, but I'd still just want to say, like, it is so much better that, like, yeah, we've got little disagreements. People didn't like Frog Lady, you know? People think that Baby Yoda eating eggs is genocide. You know what I mean? Some people got their shit so twisted up. Point is, I'll take all of that way over what we have had in the past. You know what I mean? Way over. So, yeah, things are good. Any comment? Wait, what? Any comment on your video from Sunday? I think, were you pretty confidently... Wait, what? Any comment on your video from Sunday where you pretty confidently stated we were going to see Ezra? Slip of the tongue? Oh, no, I think we're going to see Ezra. Yeah. I do. Josh, do you think Spider-Man show up in Doctor Strange 2? If so, what will his role be? I don't know if he'll be in Doctor Strange 2. They might wrap that up in Spider-Man 3, and his whole thing will be handled. Do you think Moff Gideon could possibly be part of the Inquisitores? Yes, I think so. I think he's got connection to the internet to the Imperial Security Bureau, the ISB, and so I think that and the ISB did have some control over the Inquisitors. So yeah, I believe Gideon has that connection. Yeah. If no Ezra, you shave the head? Join the Ball Brigade. How much are you willing to stake on it? I'll be honest with you, Xana. I would not stake such a thing on the Ezra thing because there's just not enough. There's not enough evidence to make me very confident. I will tell you this, though. I would stake on seeing Ezra Bridger in live action in general. I would make that stake. But then it's like, that's a really hard bet to call because I have no idea when that other show or things would be ready. You know what I mean? Do you think the plans from Rogue One that said Black Saber had anything to do with Mandalore? It's possible, but I don't think so, no. When will we see Cal Kestis in The Mandalorian? Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be fantastic? That would be fantastic. Ronaldo says, you think the reports of Disney Plus losing subscribers because of Pedro Pascal's tweets? I think it's BS, but what do you think? So I think that is so stupid. Here, look, let me. You want to go down this road? Do you want to go down this road? Because we can go down this road. Because I was actually thinking about this today. I was thinking about making a video. Here, I'll warn everybody. How many people are here watching? Let's see. Before I say this, let's make sure. Let's see here. Oh, God. Okay, we've got about 500 people watching. Okay, so let me explain. I'll give you guys, the 500 that are watching now, I'll give you a little tease and a little bit behind-the-scenes look at how I approach these sort of things. I'm thinking about making a video, and on the cover of the video is going to be Pedro Pascal with a pouty baby face, and it's going to be Gina Carano with a pouty baby face. And they're both I'm going to make them both look as ridiculous as possible. And then I'm going to put on the thumbnail, Mandalorian canceled because of tweets. And then I'm going to make the title of the video, Star Wars actors and actresses, Twitter drama causes Disney to consider canceling Star Wars. Now, this is, of course, not true. This is clickbait. This is memeing. I'm joking. It's satire. But also, I think so many people, when it comes to these actors and actresses and their beliefs and what they put on Twitter and everything like that, it's so goddamn ridiculous that is even news. It shouldn't be news. A Hollywood actor saying something political around the time of an election? Who would have thought? Who would have thought such a thing would occur? I don't give a fuck. At all. Zero fucks. I also think all of the drama surrounding Gina Carano and her Twitter is equally as absurd. It really does show you that thing that we talk about often here, but that is that SJWs and anti-SJWs, they're the same people. They're the same kind of people. And you know what kind of people those people are? The fucking worst. They're the worst kind of people. Like the people that want to cancel Gina because she doesn't perform perfectly on Twitter the way that they see it are just as ridiculous as the people that get mad about Pedro for espousing political beliefs around the time of election. Have we all lost our fucking minds? Like, legit question. Have we all lost our fucking minds? Should I just continue to do this show and stream and act as though the whole world is full of crazy, slack-jaw, brain-dead motherfuckers? Is that what we've got to do from now on? I find the whole situation ridiculous. Don't ask me about it again. Anyway. Don't ask me about it again. Did anyone see emergency awesome thumbnail that showed Mando holding the Darksaber? Smack my head. That shit is so trash and clickbait. I saw the thumbnail. I didn't think it was necessarily that bad. But I didn't click on the video. Katie Sackhoff and Grace Park signed contracts for Mandalorian. Did you mention that? No, I didn't mention that. I have heard about it, though, and it's pretty cool. I did hear about that, and that's pretty cool. Yeah, they're getting their first financial quarterback, right? Or something like that, Vito, right? I looked into it a little bit. I mean, I think their long-term projections are shit, to be honest with you. But, hey, look, it's all good. Go, Subban. It's all good. It's just that is the thing that triggers me the most. It literally just triggers me the most. So I apologize, but like, come on. Really? They're the worst. All those people. And by the way, this is going to be a theme that continues to come up in Thought Sauce whenever I launch that channel. I think what we need to do as a society is start patting these people on the head and sending them to the kids' table. We cannot allow people like this to be in the grown-up conversations anymore. Pat them on the head, give them a cookie, and send them to the kids' table. I don't want to hear it anymore. No mas. Josh, your thoughts on Morgan Stark being in Spider-Man 3? The actress who plays her is in Atlanta. Yeah. We talked about this a little bit, Cole. Yeah, I think it's awesome, dude. And I think she's great, dude. I thought she was so good in Endgame. And apparently RDJ worked with her quite a bit. He also worked with Tom Holland a lot for the intro scene in Winter Soldier. Just really shows you, man, having like a true thespian and like someone that really cares about the performance and the character, it does add to the quality. It's really, really cool stuff. So, yeah, I think that's great, man. I'd love to see Morgan in Spider-Man 3. Josh, I don't want to see Ezra in Mando. It would basically spoil the Ahsoka Sabine show, which I believe will be the search for Ezra. No Ezra in Mando. So, by that logic, it's just Monty. What you're saying is that you think there's a possibility that the search for Ezra show ends without Ezra being found? I don't know about that, Monty. I don't know about that, brother. But right on. Right on. Who do you think we could see next episode? I'm rooting for Sasha Banks' character being Sabine, and maybe we will see the armor to give Mando more clues on where to return the child. Yeah, totally, man, totally. I think it's very possible we see Bo-Katan, we meet some other Mandos, we meet Sabine, and I truly believe, I did a little preview video on the main channel yesterday, sort of breaking this down, but like, this is really going to open up the show. This is possibly a turning point for The Mandalorian. Really, really going to open this up. It's pretty crazy. I want to see Sebastian Stan play Luke Skywalker. Absolutely. That'd be real, real cool. That'd be real, real cool. Okay, Mr. Awesome says, my problem with Mando is I don't want it to be a show where Disney just puts cameos in. I think that is totally fair. I think that's totally fair. It's a fair thing to be like, man, are they turning Mando into just a cameo machine for other properties? And I understand that. I understand the concern. So far, what we've seen, I felt like it was handled super tastefully. Like, the Cobb Vanth episode is fantastic. I don't think people have a problem with that. I don't think people have a problem with Boba at the end of the episode. So far, so good. I think it's totally fair to be hesitant when that kind of stuff happens. But so far, so good. And we just have to trust the creatives that are behind it. We have no reason not to at this point. Patricia, thank you so much for the support. Says, quote of the day, he thinks, he acts, 'tis done. Neil Armstrong. Amen. Amen. Do you think we'll ever see Sebastian Stan as Luke in any live action? I think it's possible. You know, this would be such a crazy surprise. So far, not been talked about. No evidence, no rumors, no rumblings, no whispers. But it would kind of make sense, wouldn't it? Isn't Luke a famous Jedi at this point? Like, I feel like Mando's just out of the loop. He's just a boomer like Mike Porter. You know what I mean? So he's like Mike Porter in Trinity and Star Wars Santa. Who is this guy? Like, anyway. I think Hamill would agree to be CGI. Nah, David. Nah, man. That man is done. But to be fair, what do I know? He could want to come in. I feel like he'd be more down to do like some voiceover stuff. I don't think he doesn't want to come back and get that Luke stuff, man. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want that smoke. And that's what it would be too, is a lot of smoke. Lots of smoke. I don't mind at all if the Disney Plus shows are chock full of cameos in the same vein they've already done. Everyone wants to be a part of Star Wars, and it hasn't detracted yet. Agreed. Josh, funny how Jango Fett's how Jango Fett's faction in Legends was literally called True Mandalorians. What? That's awesome. Jared Wiley says, Josh, why'd you break up with Grace? I didn't. She broke up with me. You know, and thanks for bringing that up. I was having a really good morning. Thanks, buddy. Thank you for that. Mike Mother Flippin' Porter. Thanks, Josh, for all of this, man. Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. You know it. Appreciate you. She broke your hat. Now we break her legs. God damn. Somebody relax this man. We're going to need to get him some of the stuff we have to give Al sometimes when Al gets a little too triggered. Bro, I'm going to write a nice comment on her next video about you. That'd be funny, yeah. Wouldn't it be so funny if her blocking me ends up being the thing that like gets us into actual communication? That'd be kind of cool. Josh, did you notice how Trapper Wolf has the wolf pack symbol on it? I did, and that's pretty freaking key. Yo, just hopped on a stream. Give me a TLDR on what this leak is. Well, normally, Jonathan, I would be like, go fuck yourself and come back later. But I'm in such a good mood. I'll show you. Normally, I'd be like, this motherfucker comes in. Hey, I'm one guy coming into a stream. I don't know what's going on. Fill me in. All right, here we go. So, this right here is from a Topps collectible card. It is showing, very likely, Moff Gideon has at least one cruiser like this that has about 1,000 people in it. And we were talking about earlier, like, if we think this is just a part of his power or the full extent of his power or whatever, but it shows you that, like, man, Moff Gideon has, he's got some assets, man. He's got some assets. So there you go. Let's see here. Oh, you know what? Actually, I gotta get out of here. I forgot I have a meeting at noon, so I gotta get out of here, and then I gotta grab some chow and then get ready for this meeting. Just got that Trapper Wolf, Filoni and Wolves. Yeah, man, he loves them wolves, bro. He really does. He really does. Mando show is going to grow with character locations like Game of Thrones for sure. I agree. Any EU stuff out there you think they may use? Yeah, man. Yeah, a lot of it actually. Like the Vong War stuff, maybe. Rakatan stuff, maybe. Have you seen Maul vs. Luke? No, I haven't seen it. Seems cool though. Yo, thank you guys so much. All right, we're going to call it there again. After dark tonight, Al and Lavis will be putting on a big old live stream for you guys tonight. They're going to be talking about, I assume Al will want to talk about George Lucas's original plans for the sequel trilogy with Darth Maul, Talon, and the new Academy, etc., etc. Make sure you're tuned in this channel, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to watch After Dark. Then at 3 a.m., and just so you know, usually what happens is it'll be like 2:45 in the morning, 2:50. I'll put the stream up so that the members can see it and get in there. And a little bit after 3, because it takes time for it to load up for everybody, a little bit after 3, we will watch the episode together. Okay, so there'll be a stream. You will see it pop up. If you're a member, check the community tab. And also, our Discord server now has the channel linked, so your membership will be synced over there. There's also a Discord channel that you can only get into if you are a member, so go check that out as well. But you'll see that pop up at around 2:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You'll see the link, click it, and you'll join the live stream. We'll do a countdown from like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll all hit play together. We'll watch the episode together. We'll talk about it briefly, and then Al and I will get ready and we'll go live for the public. So that's how that will work, okay? Do we have to be members? You absolutely have to be members. In fact, I would suggest talking to your parents and closest siblings and making them members as well. And I'm going to go ahead and say that is mandated and 100% necessary also. So, yes. The answer is yes. So there's some links. Again, thank you, Ryan, for throwing those into the chat. I'll see a lot of you guys later tonight, okay? Mando Day, baby. Woo! All right, everybody. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.